The new social platform Sue is far superior to Facebook for people of like minds to find each other and share relevant information. What I've discovered in the last couple of days is the benefit of using the hashtag system to find people of like minds. For example, if you're looking to have more contacts with people that are interested in issues relating to liberty or freedom or the Constitution or current events, you can use the hashtag system to look up anyone that's posting relevant information that you want to know about. Likewise, if you use the hashtag system, people can find what you're posting and add you into their network. Now, there's a lot to talk about in terms of Sue that can't be discussed in just a few minutes, but I'm going to try to make this video short. The Facebook algorithm has a lot of problems, and there's also a massive rise in disinformation articles that are out there that's deliberately put out there to take us off of the trail of the real facts and data that we should concern ourselves with. With Sue, whatever you post is seen by those in your network, those that are following you, those that are your friends, and I'll talk about followers versus friends in just a minute. And of course, this could change down the line. Sue, as a social media, could change. We've seen what's happened with MySpace. We've seen what's happened with Facebook. But Facebook is still a decent medium to a certain degree for connecting, but there's a lot of info block going on. They don't want strangers adding strangers. With Sue, of course, with the promise that they're going to pay users for their posts. Not very much, but if someone has a sizable network, it is possible that someone could potentially bring in $100 a month, for example. That seems to be the average amount that some people are claiming is easily achievable. And there's no limit to how many followers you can have on Sue. But you can only follow 1,000 people, and you can only have 5,000 friends. You can only post 24 times per day. You can only share 8 times in a single day someone else's post. So there's certain limitations which I feel are okay. The future of Sue, though, could revolutionize how we're sharing information, how we're networking, without having weird algorithms change our newsfeed in ways that we don't want. And YouTube is no different. If I want to see certain people's videos, if I haven't seen their video for some time, I have to manually go to their channel and click on a few videos to even see their videos come up in the subscription feed. When you hit my subscriptions into YouTube, it's not working very well in general. And if I'm not seeing certain videos from certain people that I want to see and they're posted on a regular basis, something is really, really wrong. And it's not necessarily conspiracy, it's their algorithm. And there's perhaps many reasons why. But we do know from the 2012 report on Facebook that they manipulated the feeds that people were seeing, and they were promoting negative feeds, and they were getting rid of the positive feeds, or posts rather, or status updates, or perhaps news headlines. And they were doing that to gauge what type of reaction that they would get from those using Facebook. And I consider that to be a sadistic, malicious, dishonest experiment. And the users of Facebook were the target of the experiment, specifically how they would react. So that's what we know they were involved in 2012. What are they doing now? So Sue has emerged. There's also another website called IQ Life, and I haven't joined that, but it launched around the same time as Sue. So in terms of friends and followers, when you're friends with someone, you can see their posts and they can see yours. If you're following someone, you can see their posts. If they're following you, they can see your posts. Or you can follow each other, but that's kind of redundant. In that case, it's better to just be a friend. But there's also a lot of people that might be following you that aren't posting anything relevant themselves. So there may not be a purpose in following them. This is something that you're going to have to make a decision on as you build up your Sue network and you start to figure out how it works. And in many ways, it works very similar to Facebook. But I want to say something to those of you that are strictly YouTube users only. You know that YouTube and Google are very much linked, and you know about all the creepiness surrounding Google. It isn't the worst thing in the world to add another social media network to your back pocket in order for you to share your information, in order to network with other people. And one thing that I've noticed on Sue is that there's a lot more positive energy over there. People sharing each other's posts, things of that nature, whereas Facebook has become, at times, it seems to be a very dark place. Well, now that we know that they have messed up the algorithm, now that we know that they have, taken negative posts or statuses to the top of the list and done other experiments like they did back in 2012, we know that something is very wrong. There's also a lot more people getting kicked off of Facebook. There's a certain amount of people that aren't going to show their ID to Facebook, that aren't using their real name on Facebook. And it came out not too long ago, actually a couple of years ago they started doing this, and it happened to me about a year ago. I am Alex Yancey, so I don't have any problem showing my ID. I mean, I'm already in the grid, so to speak. I already have a website. I am not personally an anonymous person. However, there are some of you out there that have Facebook accounts that have names that aren't your real name. In a matter of time, your account will be shut down unless you choose to open up another account with your real name. So a lot of people are leaving Facebook. There's been a lot of information about NSA database creation, CIA, other stuff. A lot of people have been getting fake ads from around the world from these bot programs. It's become quite sophisticated of an operation. So check out Sue. The link to my page is down below. So far, to join Sue, you have to accept an invite. So you can accept the invite by clicking down at the link in the description. It is suetsu.co/Alex_answering. I haven't yet checked out IQ Life, but when I have time, that is something that I am going to look at. There aren't very many people in the alternative media that have joined Sue at this point. There is an Alex Jones page, there is a David Icke page, there is a Max Igan page, and that's about it. There isn't a whole lot of people. The exciting thing is that it's fresh. When you're adding people that you don't know, that aren't necessarily in the libertarian or the freedom movement or the truth movement, whatever term you might want to use, conspiracy research community, when you're adding people that aren't already in that community, you're adding people that are going to see your post that may be exposed to that information for the very first time. What I notice on Sue right out of the gate, and of course a lot of this is coming from the fact that they have said, ooh, you can make a lot of money on Sue, and that could very well be somewhat of a half-truth. But it's motivated people to accept these friendships, to follow these people, and in doing so, they're going to be exposed to new information that perhaps they would never see watching the Kardashians, watching Dances with the Stars, watching WE Wrestling, watching the mainstream media. They normally wouldn't come across that information while they're playing their PlayStation and they're basically in the box. So it provides a new opportunity for outreach and sharing information that is relevant to all of us. Thank you for watching, and the link to join my Sue page is down below in the description.